What can you really do with 30 hours in Madeira? Our Canarian Christmas cruise stays overnight in Funchal, which gives us time to see the island in a different way. From festive evenings to adventures beyond the city, this became the highlight of our Marella cruise. Let's find out how. From Funchal, I'm Ken from Ken Travels 360, and today is day 3 of our Canarian Christmas cruise, and our ship, Marella Explorer, is now just docking here in the stunning island of Madeira. The ship will be staying here until the end of tomorrow, so that gives us plenty of time to explore. Madeira is a lush mountainous paradise famous for its dramatic landscapes, rugged coastlines, and year-round blooms. Tomorrow, we've got a rental car booked for an epic road trip around the island. But today, we'll mostly explore Funchal, Madeira's charming capital, with its blend of history, adventure, and incredible views. Well, welcome to Funchal. We just got off the ship. And amazingly, Aida Cosma is also here. It must have been following us around. We saw it in Gran Canaria as well. It was quite a bit of walk to get out of the port. If you don't fancy the walk yourself, you can take one of the shuttle bus. I think it costs about €5 return. Right outside the port, you'll find the Cristiano Ronaldo Museum. You can't miss it. It's just plastered all over the place. And just outside the museum, you'll find a statue of Cristiano Ronaldo as well. Look at this giant Christmas tree behind me. Hopefully we'll see it lit later. One of the best ways to kick off your Madeira adventure and to take in the island's incredible views is the cable car ride from Funchal's old town up to Monte. So usually there's a very long line here. Today the line wasn't that bad, and then we find out that the toboggan ride done was actually closed today. So it's best to check whether it's operational before you actually buy the tickets. So another sculpture here, but for once it's not about Cristiano Ronaldo. Unfortunately, because the toboggan ride has been closed for the day, presumably because of bad weather earlier, we decided not to go up to Monte today. We'll try to save it tomorrow. If you are visiting Funchal in the afternoon, then make sure you come here to the breakwater, where you can see the amazing fort of Santiago. The fort is one of Funchal's oldest landmarks. It was built in the early 1600s to protect the city from pirate attacks. Today, it's one of the most recognizable sights along the waterfront. That bright yellow color makes it stand out straight away, especially against the sea. Just outside it, there is a small pebbly beach. Even if you're not planning a swim, it's a great place to stop and look back towards the city. So it looks like the fort is open, so let's head inside to have a look. So it looks like the fort is now a restaurant, which you can also hire out for private events. Well, we are now on Rua de Santa Maria, famous for its painted doors. Each door tells a unique history. This is one of the most unique streets in Funchal. This historic lane has become an outdoor art gallery with nearly every door transformed into a piece of art. Well, look at this. Every doorway tells a different story, from abstract designs to local legends. The creativity here is incredible. It's such a fun Instagram-worthy spot. Well, we just stumbled upon a shop that sells pastel de nata, so let's head inside. Yeah, just 2 left. The pastéis de nata here are of course not the same quality as those we had in Belém, but they are still really good and really welcome, especially as we hadn't been in Portugal for a while. Well, it's starting to rain, but we're gonna visit Say next, the cathedral. Behind me, this is the Say Cathedral, one of the oldest buildings in Madeira, dating back to the early 1500s. Its architecture is a blend of Gothic and manualized styles. Inside, you'll find stunning carved wood ceilings and intricate tile work.
Well, because of the time of year, it's Christmas, inside the cathedral is actually especially beautiful. There's lots of lovely Christmas trees and also a nativity scene, which is very, very pretty indeed.
Well, Christmas is a wonderful time to visit Funchal. All the Christmas lights are out. It makes it so pretty. It's so festive. Right, it looks like the Christmas tree has lit up now, so we're going to check that out and then we're going to go back to the ship. This Christmas tree at Funchal is so pretty, and you can even go inside it. Let's see. Wow, we're inside the Christmas tree now. Funchal really goes all out with its Christmas decorations. I really love this glowing tunnel, and it looks even better once it gets dark. One thing we really like about these Marella Canary Island cruises is the overnight stop here. Instead of just a day visit, you can actually stay out in the evening and properly enjoy all the lights. Wow, if you look to the left of the Christmas tree, you will see a flag. I think that's a flag for Madeira, and it's lit up the hill. There must be so many lights in order to create such a big flag. There's so many beautiful Christmas lights. Look at this. This looks like jellyfish, but they're so beautiful. After seeing all the festive lights, we were getting hungry, so we made our way back to the ship. Dinner was something easy from the buffet. Then we grabbed a drink and headed out on deck. Wow, seeing Funchal lit up like this from the ship was just absolutely stunning. So next it's time for the evening show. We're at the Broadway Show Lounge to see pop. Think iconic UK number ones and a lot of high energy. Good morning, it's Christmas Eve at Funchal. Today, we're renting a car to explore Madeira's countryside. Well, it looks like we got a new neighbor today. It's Piano Azura. Right, we found our rental car place. Right, we just picked up our rental car. We have opted for a very small car, a Smart 2 car. We went for an automatic car because there's so many hills around here. We just don't fancy changing gears all the time. Well, we just arrived at our first destination, which is Cabo Girão. Cabo Girão, as you can see, is one of Europe's highest sea cliffs at 589 meters. So there's a admission of €2 to get to see the skywalk. You pay the admission here at the ticket office.
One. Yes, quickly. Yeah.
We're now walking to the glass platform. Right, we're about to try the glass platform. Walking above it will make you feel like you're floating above the Atlantic. Right, we'll go on to the glass platform. Whoa! You can see all the way down. The view here is breathtaking. Vineyards clinging to the cliffs and the coastline stretching effortlessly. And of course, I've got to send my drone up. From the air, you really see just how high this place is. Almost 600 meters straight above the coastline. That glass platform was only added in 2012. And looking down from here, you can actually spot tiny vineyard plots far below. From up here, Madeira feels wild and untamed. and it's a view that really stays with you. Next, we drove a few miles and we are now in Câmara de Lobos, which is a charming fishing village that inspired Winston Churchill's paintings. Câmara de Lobos is right near Cabo Girão, and from some of the viewpoints here, you can actually see that massive sea cliff rising up in the distance. So we're gonna walk around Câmara de Lobos, and the first thing that we see is Faro de Câmara de Lobos, the lighthouse. Wow, we're gonna see that in more detail later, but you can see all those colorful boats, and apparently they inspired Winston Churchill's paintings. So behind me, this is the Winston Churchill Bay. It's just so clear. You can definitely swim in these waters. Over there, up on the hill, there's the Winston Churchill viewpoint. We'll go have a look there. So as you can see, this sculpture is commemorating the fact that Sir Winston Churchill visited Câmara de Lobos here in January 1950. And apparently, the colorful fishing boats inspired his paintings. Look at how pretty these boats are. Very vivid colors. Well, here we are at Winston Churchill viewpoint. It is quite spectacular. By this point, we were definitely getting hungry, but pretty much every restaurant along the waterfront was packed. So instead of waiting around, we wandered a bit further into town and ended up finding this really unassuming local cafe. Nothing fancy at all, but the food was actually really good and surprisingly cheap. And as we walked around, we noticed just how beautifully the town is decorated for Christmas. Next, our original plan was to drive up to Pico do Arriero, but it didn't take long to realize that our little rental car, a Smart 42, really wasn't made for climbing steep mountain roads. We didn't fancy breaking down somewhere rural, so we decided to change plans and head straight to Monte instead. We were going to visit it yesterday by cable car, so it actually worked out quite well. Alright, we've made it to Monte. So next we're going to try something uniquely Madeiran that's been fueling visitors for over a century. Well, we've made it to one of Madeira's most iconic experiences, the toboggan ride. This has been a local tradition since the 1850s, when it was the fastest way to travel from Monte down to Funchal. These wicker basket sledges glide down 2 miles of steep, winding streets, powered only by gravity. The drivers, called carreros, steer and brake using just their rubber-soled boots. Now, the published opening time is actually from 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, but if you get here later than 3-4 p.m., actually the tickets will have been sold out for the day. So if your hearts are set on doing this, make sure you come here early. Unfortunately, we got here a bit too late, and all the tickets were already sold out for today. In hindsight, this is definitely a first thing in the morning job. Lesson learned, and at least you now know what to do if you are coming here. Now, apart from the toboggan rides, there are a couple of other things worth checking out up here in Monte. Well, behind me is the stunning Monte Palace Tropical Garden, one of Madeira's most famous attractions. This 70,000 square meter botanical garden is a paradise filled with exotic plants. And if you are after unforgettable views, the garden sits high on the hills overlooking Funchal and the Atlantic Ocean, so it's perfect for those Instagram shots. Just a short walk from the garden is the Iglesia de Nossa Senhora de Monte, the most important pilgrimage site in Madeira. The stairs leading up to the church are iconic and quite a workout, but trust me, the view from the top will be worth it. The church dates back to the 18th century and features an intricate interior with beautifully carved wood and religious artwork. So we're gonna climb this tower to get a really great view of Funchal. Whoa, These steps are rather steep. Well, they certainly didn't lie. We've got the best view over Funchal here. From up here, you can even spot the harbour where our ship is docked. Although it's a bit disappointing that we didn't manage to do the toboggan rides, it was still a fantastic visit to Funchal and Madeira, and I'm sure this is not going to be our last visit ever to this majestic island, so I'm going to save this wicked basket ride for next time. If you've been enjoying exploring Funchal and Madeira with me, please give this video a thumbs up. And please do hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more cruising adventures around the world with me. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time on Can Travel 360. Next time, I'll show you what it's really like spending Christmas Day on Marella Explorer. Merry Christmas!